video, we're going to take a quick look at the Magento 2.0 admin panel and cover some of the more important functions that you'll need to know. So to start with, to get to your admin panel, you will take the URL of your store and then simply append admin to it, if that's the administrator URL that you configured during setup. So when you first log into the Magento admin, you're going to see the default Magento dashboard. You can think of the dashboard as sort of a snapshot of current status. That's going to show you things like your lifetime sales and average orders, the most recent orders, and most recent search terms. It's also going to give you some graphs and charts over here after you get those configured. Moving on from the dashboard, let's take a look at sales. So as you can see, there's a few different functions under sales we can use, but for this video we're going to focus on orders. So the orders tab under sales is where you're going to see all of the orders that have been put in your store. Now this is the default Magento demo data, so we're only going to see a couple of orders, both from Veronica Costello. Now if we hop into one of these with the view button over here, you're going to be able to see a little bit more information on the order, including the customer, her email address, and then some of the information like billing and shipping address, payment method, and the products that were actually part of that order. Now there's also an invoices tab, which we'll cover a little bit later, shipments, credit memos, and comment history, so you can kind of track what's been going on with the order. Now, getting out of sales, we are going to move over to products. So the products section is divided into two different pieces, the catalog and the categories section. The catalog is going to be a full view of all of the products in your store. The categories is going to be more of a compilation of those products. And you'll notice that the default Magento store comes with about 2,000 products. So we're going to edit one of these and just take a quick look at it. So you'll notice that the product is online. We can switch that back and forth. We've got the product name, the SKU, the price, and the tax class. You can also get into the description. There's a nice WYSIWYG editor and some of the attributes configured for this product. Also, new to Magento 2.0, they have an Images and Videos tab. Magento 1.x only had images, so the videos is new, and that's a pretty cool feature they've added. And we're going to cover products in a little more depth in the next video, but for now we're going to go ahead and move over to categories. The interesting thing about categories in Magento is that they correspond directly to the navigation structure of the page. So if you look over here on the left, you'll see default category, what's new, women, men, gear, etc. And if you look at your home page, those are the exact same categories that appear on the top. Now you can override this if you want to, but this is the default menu system in Magento. It's all category based because Magento is a very product based system. So let's take a look at one of these categories. We'll look at gear. And you can see the name, the fact that the category is in fact active, some of the display settings. So gear is going to only show a static block. We'll talk about that as well a little bit more in the next video. Custom design, and the category products, which is where you would go to assign a product to a category. Now, you can assign products to categories here from the category, or you can actually assign them from the product itself, whichever one happens to be more convenient. Personally, I find this a little bit easier if you're going to be assigning large numbers of products to the category. So, moving to customers, and we're going to look at all customers. Now again, we are using the demo data, so the only customer present here is going to be Veronica. And this is going to let you sort and search by any of these values, phone, zip, country, customer sense, etc. But for now, we are just going to hop in and edit the customer. So As you get into Magento, there's different ways to navigate. You can start from the customer and then get into orders and invoices. You can start from the order and track back to the customer or the invoice, or start with the invoice and track forward to order and customer. All of this is nicely tied together for you. So you can see like your customer view. You can also see her orders, which will show her 2 orders, which you can then hop into, and you'll notice that you're back over here in sales. And from sales orders, you can hop back to your customer. So it gives you a little bit of flexibility there. So content is going to be anything in your store that is not a product. This is going to be where you can edit your themes, your pages, blocks, widgets, and all of that stuff that kind of makes up the structure of the site. If you look at your home page, all of this would be considered a page in Magento. You'll notice it's not just a category view, it is a series of content displayed on your front page. So pages are going to offer some pretty basic but good controls for setting up pages inside your store. We can go ahead and view this test page. So as you can see, you can set a page title and URL key, and the URL key is just the URL off of your store's URL. So here URL key is test, and we're going to /test. And as you can see, I misspelled test on the page. You can hop into content, which is where you're going to actually see things like that content heading. And show hide editor will actually give you an HTML view of the page. Right. And we corrected our spelling there. You'll notice that it refreshes immediately. This is because we do not have cache enabled. We will also cover cache in a little bit of a later video. So there's a lot to cover. In the next video, we are going to dive into product configuration to help you actually create a category and start creating products to get your store set up. I will see you in the next video.